Hi, my name is Ivory Harlow. I'm the organization director for the Ohio Farm Bureau, and our first guest is Greg Corcoran. Greg is the Ross County Farm Bureau president, and today we are talking about the Made on the Farm event. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you, Ivory. Looking forward to talking about this event.
So drug prevention and awareness is an important issue. It's an important issue specifically in Southern Ohio, where we see the opioid epidemic having a huge impact on our local community. In Ross County, there are over 60 deaths per 100,000 people between 2013 and 2017. So the national average is about 25. When we look at Ohio as a whole, there were 47 deaths. So we're really down in Southern Ohio at the epicenter of this crisis. I'm interested to learn how Ross County got involved. When we think about the Farm Bureau, we think about programs and assistance for farmers, but we don't necessarily think about drug prevention, education, and awareness. So how did the Ross County Farm Bureau become involved in this important issue?
That's a great question. And when you think back to farmers and what we get involved with day in and day out, there isn't a single person in Ross County that hasn't been affected by the drug epidemic. Whether that be some family, a friend, a relative that's gotten either overdosed, gotten involved with drugs. It's a tough environment to be in. Everybody that I know will have a story to tell, and even myself, I have a story that where that's been some family that got involved in something, and it's a very tough environment to be in. And as farmers, we all recognize that as an issue. And as farmers, we're involved in the community. We always try to stay involved in the community, and we live here, we have our families, we raise our kids here, and so it's important for us to stay involved with the community and continue to support it in whatever way we can. So as an organization, Farm Bureau, and at the county level, in which I am the president of, we had a meeting that it's called a policy meeting, and basically we sit down, we bring in local officials, we bring in local farmers, and we talk about what ways can we help either on a county, state, or national level to develop policy that we can bring forth to legislators to help create change in what either can help us as farmers, help us in the community. It was last year that we sat down, we had this policy meeting, we were sitting down for breakfast, and we had several people there, and the number one thing that was talked about was the opioid epidemic. Several farmers, several officials, and it was all encompassing. It wasn't just people being addicted to the opioids. It was our jails are overfilling. Our theft is happening rampant due to these issues. So it's not just one thing that was being addressed, but it was centered around the same thing. And so from that, we sat down, went to our meeting and said, hey, this is our number one topic. What can we do? And so we started sitting down and we drafted policy. And so basically we wrote up and say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to draft this policy, and we're going to suggest it to our state and say this is what we want to do on our county level. And say, all right, well, where do we go from there? What do we do next? As a Farm Bureau and as an organization, we always look to try to say, all right, this is our policy now that we've developed it. What are we going to do about it? So we had Dave Huggins, who is with the MADE program, and who will be the next guest coming up. He came to one of our meetings. We invited him out, and he sat down. And from that moment forward, everything changed for us. We're like, this program that they have developed is amazing. They are making changes in kids' lives now. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to help out that program in whatever way we could. So we sat down, it was a 3-hour meeting, I remember it, and we just had these long conversations about the different things that they're doing as an organization, the changes that they're making for kids. And it was very surprising to hear all this. And so as a county, we decided this is the program we want to help. And so one thing we're good at Farm Bureau, we're good at planning events.
Right.
We make great events. And so we said, hey, let's come together, let's create an event that we can raise money and awareness for this organization, and where we can raise money. And so last year, we created this program that we called Made on the Farm. We came up with a name. We decided, all right, we're going to have a farm location. We're going to come on out. We're going to invite the community to come out to have a dinner, raise money for this great organization, and it just kind of blossomed from there. And it was very successful, event. And I think you had some statistics on it from last year. What we raised, I think we raised close to $10,000 for the organization, and that was just, it was a community again that came together. It was the local businesses that helped with the sponsorships. It was the families that decided to come and put towards money. It was the board members that came together and brought all these great items that we could put into our silent auction. It was just such a great event, and it was very successful. Everybody had a great time. It was out at a beautiful farm location with this huge barn, which everybody was there, and we enjoyed it. It was a steak dinner, and we said, all right, this is something that we want to continue to do and make it an annual event. And so now we've moved on to this year.
Right. I think one thing that was really special that you touched on was not only healthcare partners that were working in the fields of healthcare and prevention, but we had local businesses, local professional service providers. We had insurance agents there. We had folks from the Veterans Hospital were there. We had retail shops downtown that were donating auction items. So really everyone was helping in the capacity they could help to make that successful. And that's something for this year that we're really working hard to repeat, to create that unity around bringing the community together to support this really important issue that's important to all of us. So this year's event, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're planning for this year and coming up on July 21st, so coming soon?
Yes, so July 21st, we sat down and we wanted to do something a little different this year. One thing for Farm Bureau is we're celebrating our 100th year, so it's a big celebration for us, kind of an all-year event. We had a big annual meeting in which we celebrated the 100th year, and so we wanted to say, all right, for our centennial, what can we do differently? Maybe for this event, make it a little more special. And we say, well, let's. We talked to Adena Mansions, and we reached out to them, and they came back with some great ideas. And we said, this would be a great location. One, kind of that history of the farm that's there.
Worthington being our founding farming father in Ross County.
Right.
So.
Right. And with that, and we decided that would be a great location for us to have it this year. And one, it's close to town, so it helps everybody that from the community coming out there. And it's just a great event. We're looking forward to the location, especially this year, just because we know how beautiful it is out there, and they take really good care of that. And to be out there and the changes that we can see, and the progression of farming from where it started to where it is now, and kind of having that talk and conversation. And so I think we're really looking forward to that location this year.
So the Made on the Farm event this year will be held at Adena Mansions and Gardens in Chillicothe, Ohio. That is on July 21st, so coming soon. There are really three ways that folks can get involved. The first is to purchase tickets. So tickets are available on Eventbrite. You can find those tickets by visiting eventbrite.com and searching Made on the Farm. It should pop up for you there. You can purchase them right online. If you'd rather call the Farm Bureau office, the number is 1-800-992-3276. We can help you over the phone. We have office staff there that are happy to make those transactions over the phone and send tickets to you. If you have additional questions or you prefer to reach out to us via email, the email address is ross@ofbf.org. You can email us and we can get you tickets that way and send them through the mail. So the first way to be involved is to actually attend and purchase your tickets. Another way you can be involved if you are a local community organization or a business and you would like to sponsor the event. We have several levels of sponsorship that make it possible for people to give at the level that's comfortable for them. If you are interested in sponsoring, please call the Farm Bureau office at 1-800-992-3276. You can also email us at ross@ofbf.org. And the last way to be involved, if you would like to donate items for our auction. So we have a silent auction there, whether that's a basket of local food that you'd like to donate, an auction item. If you're a professional service provider and you would like to donate an hour of time, that's great. If you're a local restaurant and you'd like to donate a gift card, we love to involve community organizations and businesses that way, and it's also a great way to raise additional funds for Drug-Free Clubs of America at the Made on the Farm event. So feel free to contact us for more information. You can contact contact us at ross@ofbf.org.
And the segue kind of into that is every little bit counts. Every little bit matters. Like we found out last year in a lot of the businesses, just going up and say, hey, we're having this event. They said, well, we can't come, but here's a gift card for a 2-night stay, or here's a gift basket. Everybody in the area knows the event, and they want to help. They want to help this. They know that there's an issue here, and they want to help it the best way they can. So anything will make a difference. And whether that, if you can't attend, look at some way of giving. Either you said something towards our silent auction, or spread the word. Get the word out. Call the office. Say, we've got flyers. We've got promotional items that you can put out in your business. Start talking and spreading the word that we're having this event. And I think it's really important that, one, we make the awareness of it and we continue to push that. But also, I think it's important that we do raise monetary funds to help these programs. And Dave will talk a lot more about what they do, and that's the big reason why us as Farm Bureau, why we support the program. And we know that it's going to a good cause, and we know that it's going to make a difference in our community. And it starts with our kids, and we know that, and we want to continue to support that. The other thing that, to kind of promo the event is that, we're going to have a steak dinner again this year. So the Garmins, they put together the steak. They get the steak. They cook it themselves. It was excellent last year.
We have to do the meat and potato things as farmers, so we feed you well at the Made in the Farm.
We always do. There'll be plenty of food, and we try to source everything locally, either within the county or within the couple counties over. So we're excited about the menu as we are, because as farmers we raise that food, and we want to make sure that we can showcase that to you guys. And it's important for us to provide that high quality food, but also something that comes locally. And so we're real passionate about that, and so we guarantee a good meal and that you'll enjoy it. And then not only that, the atmosphere of being there at the Adena Mansions, but also when you come together at an event like that, it's always good to see people and just having those conversations. Us, the board, will be there. So if you've got questions, you want to talk about what do we do for Farm Bureau? How do you become a member? And what does that membership mean to you? And what can it mean to us? And how you continue to support not only a great organization, both with Farm Bureau, but also with the MAID program. So it's important to continue to support our community in that way.
It is. Thank you so much, Greg, and we'll be back with our second guest.